Hey guys, happy Friday. Just got my tabs renewed and it was only $37. That's kind of cool actually, because here in Washington, like probably the gayest state, maybe second gayest to California, because nobody's as gay as California. So a few months ago, I guess, or maybe last year, we as a state, we voted unanimously to pass $40 tabs, like just no matter what vehicle it was. I'm fairly certain. And the state was like, and this is why we're not a democracy. The state was like, yeah, sure, you know, y'all said you wanted that, and you did the proper thing of writing up a bill and getting it in the thingy, and y'all said yes, but we're gonna just not honor your wishes. Yeah, $40 tabs, we can't do that because we like to waste money a lot. Fucking faggot ass state. Thank God it's beautiful. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't so fucking beautiful and cool and nice and whatever. So anyway, I did pay $37, so less than $40, because this is a farm vehicle. You gotta like find different ways to not scam the system per se, but like, because there's still little things you can do to save money and to make money. Like, I don't know, a year or two ago, yeah, it was 2 summers ago, we were getting wood. Like if you go on Craigslist, there's gonna be a lot of people that say, hey, I've got a tree that fell down on my property. If it's in the free section, if you want to come and take the wood, you can. It's all yours. And we burn wood for heat. We don't use electric in the house. We don't even have a fucking microwave. And this guy, he was not super old, but he was, you know, maybe 60 or so. And so boomer-esque. And he was talking about how, you know, the kids do have it harder nowadays. It's harder to, you know, buy a house and stuff. The guy had a beautiful, huge house. Oh my God. And he was one guy. But he was like, he said something like, there's still ways that these guys out here can make money. Like, and I didn't look this up, but he was like, you know, back in my day, a couple guys, or a guy, I guess, could just go to, like, drive along the railroad tracks, and every time you saw, like, the wood that the tracks are on or something, if you stacked that wood for the Forest Service, or maybe if you logged it, I don't know, it's just something to the effect of, like, if you took this wood debris out of the way and you stacked it nicely for the railroad people, if you left your name and number there, and I guess your address, they would mail you a check, and it's like good money. I don't know, I have no idea if that is still a thing, but like you know, on this car, farm tabs, like this person right here, they have hay in their truck. They don't have farm tabs. There's just little things. I don't know how you can, you know, find them or anything like that. But you should always try to look at the same time. I don't know. I guess you just got to talk to old people and stuff like that. Talk to farmers if and when you can. Like, make friends with them and they'll let you know stuff. I don't know. But anyway, I left work and I was going through my town, and there's this neighborhood. We all have one where it's the ghetto neighborhood. Oh my God, baby calf. Oh, he was so cute. He was like not even a month old. He was so cute. I love when calves are born. They're like, they're so fat. Anyway, they got this like perma double chin. Anyway, so I was going through the poor side of town, through the poor neighborhood, and there was this lady there, and she was pushing a stroller, and she had like a 5-year-old lagging behind her, and she looked stressed out, and it just, it just reminded me of like yesteryear in my life, where because I lived not in that neighborhood but next door, and actually my sister lives in that neighborhood, because my mom has a fucking property that she gave to her, even though she only got that property because she used me as a surrogate mom to have a second and third job. But give it to the youngest, who didn't have to sacrifice her childhood at all, had an amazing childhood actually. Give it to her, Mom. Yeah, give it to her. Didn't even offer it to me. Whatever, doesn't matter. I'm better off now. So it just, yeah, it was like, because I've seen that. I've seen a mom with one or two kids pushing a stroller with one or two, you know, not even 9-year-olds behind her, and she's stressed. And you know, this town, much like the rest of the country, it's not really pedestrian friendly, and it just, I don't know, man. The only thought that came into my mind was like, God gives his toughest and also his dumbest soldiers the toughest lessons, jobs, challenges to go through. Because like I was saying about that girl yesterday that got off the school bus, who's clearly just trailer trash headed towards being a welfare queen, you know, I think it's a safe enough thing for me to say she's probably dumber than a box that has been recently emptied of all rocks. And so, you know, that's gonna be that girl in a few years with 2 or 3 kids walking, which I don't want to shit on walking. I love walking, and I love it. It also made me like compare and contrast like country people out here who are poor versus country or poor people who are urban poor people. Like urban poor people, they're cool because their life is cooler in a way because they get to walk around. They get to see the town change, you know, reflect political, you know, developments and such. And it's just interesting. Out here, like, we don't really know what's going on in many ways until it's too late. But you know, I guess it just depends on how into local politics you're in. But like that bitch, I guess you might not see much, or the urban people, they might not, they see it first, but at the same time they don't see much, because so much of whatever happens, you know, municipality speaking or city speaking, town speaking, it happens like without your consent, right? The public utilities people, they don't have to fucking ask for permission on anything. Like, oh, we're getting water meters now. There was no referendum on that. There was no vote on that, but apparently now I have a water bill. Out here, you know, they give us a sign, and well, sometimes we're able to opt out. Not completely, but sometimes we are, and that's cool. Like, right, I talked about how like within the last 6 months or so, the utility people, they let us know, like, hey bitch, you're gonna get a new fucking light meter, electricity meter that's completely digital, retarded, it's hackable, it's made in China. We're going to replace the analog one that you have that's totally made in America, still good for another 20, 30 years. We're going to waste a bunch of fucking money, get rid of that one, and give you this new digital one. Oh, but if you don't want it, if you don't want the extra radiation, click this box, call us, email us, and we'll give you the one that doesn't have radiation. But you're going to have to enter in your own usage thing. You're gonna have to go to a special portal, put in that number. You have 5 days out of the month to get your new utility bill reading to us, and we're gonna charge you a $5 fee because fuck you. I don't know, but at least, you know, I went through all of the dilly-dallying to say, yeah, no, I don't want extra radiation. Give me the one with the no radiation. $5? Fuck you. I don't know how are you able to charge me more when I'm actually even doing the work? Like before, when we have the analog meter, somebody from the utility district would come out every other month and read the meter. And I think in between months, they just estimated my bill. Ugh, golly. Anyway, I'm so happy to get off early today. I told them, like, hey, I just want to get off early. I have the PTO. Please give it to me. And they did. So it's just too nice a day. I'm going to spend the day cleaning, the rest of the day cleaning. And actually this weekend, I really just want to do a big clean before winter comes. Oh my God, or fall, I should say. Fall is so cool. It's still hot. Like right now, it's 1:30, and it's like, it's saying 77 degrees. So it's still very summery, but in the mornings, it's so foggy. I love it. It's so cool. I need a little, you know, little jacket or sweatshirt, whatever, zipper. It's so nice. Like fall is just such a, so for so many people, it's their favorite time. I'm not that into Halloween, just, you know, I'm not kiddish that way, and I don't really care for decorations for any holiday. I'm not into any holiday, whether it be Christmas, like a big one, or like a little one where it's like, for some reason a lot of people are into it, like Halloween. Halloween is not little by any stretch of the imagination, but it's like, what is that? What is that? It's a pagan holiday, but nobody, you know, I've met one pagan, right? But this is a godless country, so a lot of people really resonate with it. I think a lot of people resonate with Halloween because they, like, girls get to dress as hoochie as they want, and everybody else, I guess men, like, they get to dress like how they perceive themselves, or is what they would like to perceive themselves as, which is just so retarded to me. I just feel like whatever you want to be, even if you want to be hoochie, right? If you want to be a hoochie and you're an adult, be hoochie and an adult. Whatever. It's disgusting, but like, you better have a nice body. But, you know, I like this country for the fact that whatever you want to do, you can do. I don't think we should have booty cheeks out, and I do think that that violates like public decency, because even if you have nice cheeks, you know, cottage cheese free cheeks, I still don't want to see that. Like, I just don't want to see that. But, you know, as long as they're covered, I really have no qualms with anything. Like, I am known for dressing sometimes a little risque, sometimes a little weird, sometimes a little sexually, like, costumey, but it's, my cheeks are never fucking out. It's just whatever I'm feeling. Like, I've been known, like that girl yesterday, like that grade school girl yesterday who was literally in public education all day on taxpayers' money, on property owners' money. I've been known to wear, you know, a 2X, 3X shirt and some like gothy boots, and that's my look. It's very whatever you want to say it is. Some people just say it's like, that's a bad outfit. I don't care. Like, that's how I was feeling that day. I'm a grown adult. I'm also with a man. That's a plus. Like, because if you're gonna go out dressed like a hooch and then you're gonna get attention, can you really, and you're by yourself, like, can you really be mad at the guys that are hitting you up? Because you're kind of presenting as somebody that wants to be hit up as. I'm not saying anybody should be able to touch you or anything like that, but if a guy comes up to you because subconsciously you're tapping on his head in his pants, bitch, that's on you. Like, I don't understand these girls nowadays who just want to ignore the fact that women dress a certain way to attract attention. We're not animals, okay? If we were animals, the guys would do that. The guys would have the nice plumage. The guys would be showing off their shit. But we're humans, and for whatever reason, women are the ones that get to show off their plumage and their sexual organs. So, you know, A plus B equals C, bitch. Like, don't be a dumb cunt. Don't be a delusional cunt. It's stupid, especially girls in like cities where there are guys who have literally nothing to lose and only 3 square meals and a cot to gain. Of course he might touch your ass, you dumb bitch. Know your surroundings. If you want to dress like that, you're gonna have to go into the country, because out here nobody actually gives a shit. Like, they might look at you and some older women might wag their tongues, but again, that comes with the territory of dressing like a hoe bag. Hoes gotta pay their dues too, dude. We all gotta pay dues in some way. I don't know, I go out of my way, you know, like at work, I dress for no attention. My bags, my pants, baggy. My shirts, nondescript, not that tight. I miss my old hair because I didn't have to wear a bra and I got away with it because my hair always covered my boobs. But now my hair doesn't quite cover my boobs, so I have to wear a bra, and I hate that. But it makes my boobs nondescript, as they cannot be covered. I don't know, it's just like, it speaks to like where we're at as a society, because not only do you have people, mostly women, dressing completely unconsciously for their environment, you have people of all genders, even the made-up ones, running around urban environments with full-on head, like, beats on. It's like, dude, you need to be able to hear traffic. You need to be able to hear the bell of a bike behind you. Don't be stupid. It's called the urban jungle because it's still an environment where there are predators and there are prey afoot, okay? And if you want to put yourself into the prey category, well, then you better pray that God is, or your angel, or the universe, whatever you want to fucking believe in, is looking out for you that day, and you get away with making it another day. I don't know, dudes. I don't know. My God. I'm just here minding my business and saying things that are extremely obvious. Extremely obvious. I don't know. I hope there's like a little bit of wine at my house, because she's gonna be a wine drinking, cleaning mom all weekend. And like, I might have ADD, I might, or ADHD, I don't know. I kind of have gotten better with it with age, because I do believe in the fact that there's a few doctors out there, Gabor Mate specifically, who believe that with ADHD, I think, or ADD, I'm not sure, maybe both, the roots of that diagnosis can be found in childhood neglect, and I was definitely neglected as a child, like, for sure. So, you know, I'm trying to hone it in, and especially with cleaning, because I do have not a problem with clutter, but like, I remember as a kid, my sister, she's an INTJ, and like my room had like just so much going on. Not so much, it wasn't hoarder or anything like that, it wasn't like egregious, but it had a lot more going on compared to her room. Her room was like she was like minimalistic before minimalism was a thing. So like nowadays, luckily my things have, I've reined in, like I don't have much clutter in my house. We don't do tchotchkes or whatever they're called. We don't do that so much. But for me, cleaning is kind of stressful because I kind of like ping pong around stuff. So it's like instead of getting one thing done and getting a dopamine hit from that being done, and then moving on to the next thing and getting that dopamine and then going on to the next thing, instead of that, I just kind of ping pong all over, do, and then bam, it's all done at the same time. But it's a much higher mountain to climb before you get that dopamine hit. And I just feel like if I could do one thing at a time, it would be much more of a like non-stressful thing for me, because I do avoid cleaning until a certain point, not critical mass, but I would like to get to it a little bit sooner than I do already. Anyway, that's all I've got to say today. Not really much topic, nothing really to chew on, but I am just very happy that it's that you don't use your goddamn blinker, you stupid son of a fucking cunt. Just kidding. Sometimes I use my blinker most of the time. I don't understand when people don't. When they see somebody, if I see somebody, I put it on. I don't, if I don't see anybody in front of me, if there's nobody behind me, I don't use my fucking blinker. Why not? Why would I? What's the point? But that guy, it's like, you know that now I have to stop on a fucking hill, but I guess he doesn't know I'm driving a stick, right? Nobody even knows about sticks anymore because everybody's fucking retarded. Although that said, that's the thought process I had. Oh no, my gas, I need to get gas. That's the thought process I had with my other car. I didn't lock it, and I thought, oh, it'll be fine, nobody drives a stick, and what happened? It got stolen. But that's fine, because restitution is a bitch, and she still reigns. Oh my god. Everything is so gay, guys. Everything is so gay. Work is gay. 77 degrees is gay. Pretty sure I don't have AC in this car, or any of my cars is gay, because I just don't want to deal with AC. I don't want to breathe AC. I don't like AC. Like, what is that? It's chemicals. Why do I want? No. Retarded. Anyway, I hope you guys have a nice weekend. Good luck with your cleaning or whatever you do this weekend. Thanks for tuning in this week. Be safe, be nice, but take no shit. Bye.